Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Hi, I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. And I'm going to do a video on developments in Iraq. You can see I have a headline there. Legal expert reveals a surprise. The caretaker government can send the budget to Parliament. Urgent. And this is one of the buzzes that's going around in the news, rumor, and opinion arenas as well. As you can see here from news, rumors, and opinions from 4/8 yesterday, 2022. It says Iraq has a new complete parliament with full powers and it can pass the budget law. I hope it's true, stay positive, and then refers to the article. From what I have read, a caretaker government can send up a budget. Can the government RV their currency? This is chat back and forth on TNT. Charlie OK says allegedly only the CBI can revalue the Iraqi Dinar. But the curveball is that Parliament passed the 2022 budget when all the duly elected officials and Parliament members were elected. That being the case, all Parliament has to do is implement the budget. A little, excuse me, sleight of hand going on there. Charlie goes on to say, now for the next curveball. What if the new rate is in the budget? That would mean the dinar has been revalued under our noses, as usual. Who knows? And moving on, it says here, legal expert Faisal Rikan revealed today, Thursday, the possibility of the caretaker government sending the general budget to Parliament. And for that story, you can see the link there. We're going to go back where we've had it and see it from there. And moving on, it says he said in a statement to Baghdad today that the budget was prepared before the government turns into a caretaker and before Parliament is dissolved in 2021. He added the caretaker government should see the budget law, the budget law to Parliament and indicate that it was completed and prepared when the government had full powers to be discussed by the House of Representatives. He continued, Iraq has a new complete parliament with full powers and it can pass the budget law. Rakan pointed out that the government cannot prepare the budget and send it to Parliament even if it has been delegated by the House of Representatives because the mandate must be in accordance with the Constitution. So a little bickering back and forth, but what really matters is there's developments and movements going on. And as you can see, a lot of people are talking about it. Here's Frank 26 talking about it, and here's Claire talking about it. Frank says, we told you weeks ago they had a plan after April 6th, and behold, I want to talk a little bit about that because the timing of things, like I've always mentioned so many times, is bigger than Iraq, and when you tie a few things together, you'll see that. This is also very promising. You got 1 ounce of gold, you'll be a happy camper if this turns out to be true on the United States side, doesn't it? $82,000 an ounce, that would be very nice. But let's keep moving on here because on MarkZ's Friday evening update, he says we had some positive chatter out of Iraq, again talking about that budget. Advisor to Al-Kazimi, Iraq is in an excellent financial position and it is time to quickly approve the budget. And then some numbers talk, folks. I'm being told out of Iraq that in the budget is a substantial rate increase. I don't know at this point if that means the nominal effective exchange rate of about $1.60, or if it's full-blown $4+ rate. So we don't know what to expect on the rate yet. But he goes on to say the article points out the budget had been approved. They say it's the highest revenue achieved since 1972. Let's do a quick search on how much was the IQD worth in 1972, and looks like about 338. So that is the point they are making in Iraq, that it's time to move forward with the budget. So that was solid news out of Iraq. And we can say things are moving, folks, but I think things are all tied together, and I'm going to tie that in before I end this video, hopefully. And I don't hope it to be too long of a video. But it says, looks like Iraq is ready to play ball. And then MarkZ goes on to say, I do not expect Redemption Center folks to work over the weekend. Some bond folks have appointments. One is late Sunday, the rest are Monday. Hopefully we hear that they started with the CFKX deliveries. As I understand it, he goes on to say there was a tremendous amount of intermediaries, go-betweens in the bond markets trying to profit off of them. So they have been busy restructuring the bond payout so the buyers are direct with the sellers instead of a bunch of intermediaries, slash lawyers trying to get their cut of the pie. I've spoken with a large number of folks with historic bonds that confirmed that. Little tongue-tied I am there. Goes on to say, I wish I had more to tell you. And then we end that portion there. But just now, let's get to the tie-in. You'll notice in Bruce's call, I'm not going to go all over Bruce's call from Thursday. At least not in this video. Maybe a different video I'll give it. Maybe the next one if there's another one. What I want to highlight on, folks, is how hopefully it's becoming more and more aware to folks that this is way bigger than just Iraq, and it's tied into an entire new monetary system. And I'm going to focus right here real quickly where it says, all right, let's take a look at what else is happening out there. We know that we've had cryptocurrencies talked about the past several days, and there are many kinds. I think there are 800 to 900 different kinds. Pause. This is another example where Bruce is speaking and he doesn't really know what he's talking about, and he's being honest about it. And so that adds a little credibility to me in what he's saying. Because there are over 17,000 different kinds of cryptos, and he thinks there's only 800 to 900. He goes on to say, and that's all fine, but there's a platform that is called XRP. Actually, XRPL, folks. But there is a cryptocurrency, crypto asset called XRP used by Ripple. But he goes on to say that it's designed to exchange any type of crypto. That is correct. Okay, and make that exchange into something nice. Could be into our new currency, something that is a different type of coin. But the point is that for this to occur with XRP, it has to be integrated into the quantum financial system. He goes on to say, I found out today that it has been integrated into the quantum financial system. So that is already handled from that perspective. So that part is not an issue. There's been some discussion about additional countries needing for coins to be minted, quote unquote, virtually all the same. We are not hearing that. Is anything holding this up? Okay, that is really not the information that we're going right now. I'm trying to show here, again, folks, how the Iraqi Dinar has been tied into a completely new monetary system, the quantum financial system, and the use of XRP. And if you look at my channel, you'll notice that I pretty much focus in those areas on the things that I cover. But when I talk about timing, we just talked about how the budget for Iraq seems to be coming to the fore, but I don't know if you know it or not, but there's some significant developments in the lawsuit involving Ripple, who uses XRP. And a major conflict of interest is being revealed with Hinman, who was, let me see if it says it in here. Here in a statement, emails indicate that the former SEC official William Hinman was cautious about a conflict of interest with his old firm Simpson Thatcher. Okay, that anyone involved in the XRP community, the XRP army, has been inundated with this type of information. And for those who are looking at it now, what I'm trying to show is how this Ripple is directly tied to XRP and directly tied to a lot of other perspectives that I've shared regarding how the monetary system is involved. And once again, Bruce is talking on something that he's not quite familiar with, but the fact that he's talking on it shows that maybe some of the sources of information he's getting is accurate, or he's very good at pretending he doesn't know. But I've said before, I've listened to him in years past where he said things, didn't know what he was talking about, but he was right. And here he is again. He doesn't quite understand the cryptocurrency market. Clearly, that's evident here, or he's pretending not to. And to say something like there's only 800 to 900 different kinds of cryptos, that is 10, 20 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old. No, there are over 17,000 different types of cryptos currently today. And so we see things developing, folks, here. I'm just going to do this quick video and put it out to give some developments to show things are moving quickly. And I'm going to cap this off with, there's going to be a link in here for you to take a look at on how to check the authenticity of the new Iraqi Dinar, and I'll have this link in the description as well. And it does show some key things to look for, some points to look for on your bills, because folks, it looks like things are heading in and you're going to be turning those bills in, and I think you better be prepared to turn those bills in and switch to the digital money, cryptocurrency type monies, as I mentioned before. And I do like this feature here, right here, where it shows, you get them bills and you look at those Arabic numbers, and if you don't speak Arabic, which the majority of us do not speak it, it's nice to know, well, what these numbers mean, because see right here, there's a 10000. Now we know that that's a 10000, because when you look at these Arabic numbers, and if you don't speak Arabic, you don't know what you're looking at. So what is that? We got that there hook and a cross thing looking there. If we come down here, there's the hook thing. What are we looking for next? That thing there. And there's that thing there. So we got a 25. I just thought that'd be a nice little feature to add to the video. It'll be in the description. And that's all I'm going to cover here briefly for today, or at least for this video. I might do another video. And this is DK Will. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe. DK Will has talked about it. Have a wonderful day.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.